Welcome to this week's Primed Insight. My name's Graham Thomas. I'm a Technical Director here at Blast One. Today we're going to be speaking about non-slip granules, how much to apply and the best ways to do this. We often get a call as to how to put non-slip granules into coatings, and it's really simple in principle, but in practice there's a lot of different things you need to consider. I've spent quite a few years of my life doing this, over many hundreds of jobs, along with others listening on this call, and I'd like to give you some of the things we learnt. The first is what material the grain should be, and then what size they should be. So there's some really simple principles here. You don't want to use sand. Silica sand, although it may have been used in the past, it crushes very easily underfoot, and when you're broadcasting it, you may end up with putting silica into the air. What we're looking for is a hard material. We often use aluminium oxide because it's extremely hard and has high resistance to crushing. The disadvantage of aluminium oxide is very sharp. It's not suitable for areas where people may be walking in bare feet or may fall and trip. So it's always used in applications like emergency services, access into power plants and those sort of applications. But we use a rounded grain, which may be an alluvial garnet or a similar material, in an application where we're expecting people, such as the public, to be walking and they may kneel down or step on the surfaces. But what we're looking for is the hardest and most crush resistant grain we can get. There are other choices, but the two rules are: don't ever use ordinary sand or slag or crushed glass or those things that crush easily. Don't ever use steel grit because it'll rust in place. We're looking for a stable grain. Normally we use aluminium oxide or alluvial garnet depending on the application. The next thing we need to decide on is the size. And what we're looking for is a grain that's big enough to cut through whatever contaminants we're dealing with and grip the sole of the person's shoe. So if there's a lot of grease or oil or spillage, I need a very large grain to cut through all that and actually grip to the person's shoe. So we use some standard sizes, and this is the rules of thumb. For industrial applications where we have normal foot traffic and we're expecting ordinary contaminants, oil and solvent, we use 24 mesh. For light foot traffic, such as a warehouse, where we're only expecting water, we use 80 mesh. Other sizes can be used, but they are rules of thumb that have been used for many years. And then for high performance applications, an example would be the driveway of where fire trucks will go out onto a military base. They want maximum traction. They could have anything on the ground. We use a 16 mesh aluminium oxide in that case. Very coarse, very hard, very sharp. We want just the maximum traction. If you fall over on that, you won't have any skin left, but we're not going to slip, whatever is happening. Thanks for watching this week's Primed Insight. Look out for next week where we'll be discussing the best ways to spread the grains and how much to use.